The name 101er at the height of your career unexpectedly disappears. What causes you to retire that name?
It was a forced retirement. Fucking, I got snitched on. Like, you know, they pretty much went to my mama's house and called my mama and was like, your son is doing illegal vandalism under this moniker, and which is really actually the nicest thing you can think about. Like, they gave her a heads up. They could have just been like, let him do some more and just fucking get his ass, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, they felt that it was most appropriate to alert me to my presence being known on their radar, and then I guess do it like that, I guess.
Do you have any idea how they were able to figure out you were 101er? The police?
In the end, from what I was told from officers, was like, someone had gotten caught. The good old, like, you got caught and you're gonna get in trouble, you better start talking. He's like, oh, I know this one guy and he lives over here. And he didn't even know where I lived, but he knew my name and they did their own research. But like, yeah, I went off of that shit, basically. I didn't get caught and then they figured it out. No, someone, you know, willingly fucking gave information to the pigs.
Being you were born in England, was deportation ever a concern for you when getting caught?
As a child, no, because I'm fucking stupid. Like, if you knew then what you knew now, it's a big concern for me, which is part of the reason I do not do illegal graffiti, you know? I don't do that shit. I'd rather not partake in that shit. I ain't too proud to say that shit on camera. Like, fuck, I have my good run, I'm cool, I'll fuck around, I dabble, but, you know, I'm not gonna speak on it on camera here. Like, it is what it is, you know? But I don't go out bombing on the streets because I got a lot more to lose now, and that's still a factor in my life. And any graff writer who's not from this country, you can do what you want, you can get caught, but if the government really doesn't fucking want you here, that's an ample reason to tell you to get the fuck out, and it might stand, so, you know?
When the police come to warn you about 101er, what do your parents say to you after they leave?
Well, at this point, I think I'm with my mother. My parents have been separated because of their own fucking reasons I won't get into, but, you know, my mom's a British lady. She's an understanding lady. She's not the type of mother, she's not gonna hit her kid. She's a talker. She's a reasoner. She understands. She doesn't want me to get in trouble. She doesn't want me to go in the system and go to jail. Like, you know, she's not here to like, you're a piece of shit. Like, she knows I'm a good person. She doesn't see shit wrong with what I'm doing. Yeah, I should do it on public property, but there's a lot, as my mom looked at it, there's a lot of worse things I could be doing. So like, you know, just, you know, just don't get caught up with this shit. It's not something you want to get caught. What parent's gonna tell you, kid, to go write? She never told me go write on walls. Hey, that's cool. She was like, I prefer you go to these yards and do artwork with your friends. Like, I see you drawing these books. That seems a little more creative. My mom never endorsed graffiti. She never to this day endorses graffiti. What parent does? But you know, she wasn't mad at me. She was upset, but she wasn't mad. She made a big deal about it. It is what it is, you know. She didn't like it. I'm not gonna sit here and say she was proud of it. No parent's proud of that shit, but she didn't make a big deal about it.
You had put in so much work elevating the name 101er. It had become one of the most well-known names at the street at that time. Was it hard letting it go?
Yeah, no, it's like, you said I put in a lot of work, but in retrospect, some writers told me that you did more street damage and graffiti as 101er, and sometimes I laugh it off, but in reality, 101er had nothing to lose. He had no kids, he had no wife, he had no job, he had no life. He was just a kid running the streets, so of course he had nothing else to lose. I had no rationale of consequence, you know, but as an adult, like, which name do I think I made more for? Gas, hands down. Like, 101, that was a starter name, that was like my first car, you know what I'm saying? That was my first company and shit, and like the shit fucking crumbled. You know, what's more important is your bounce back. Like, fuck what I was rolling in then, look what I'm rolling in now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, did it hurt? Was it kind of fucked up? Yeah, but they told me I was in fucking, I don't know, go to prison for 1,000,000 years and become the next chocolate, all that shit. You know, I'm a little kid. My mom's talking shit like, dude, I can't deal with this shit. You can't have cops come in my house over the shit you're doing. Like, you know, figure your shit out. You know what I'm saying? I had to do some juvenile detention time for some unrelated crimes. And it was like, you know, I can reinvent myself and shit, I guess, you know? Yeah, but like in retrospect, like you say it like, oh, you were at the height of the career. Like, that's like saying the height of the career of the shit company you had that only made like $20,000 a year. It was a cool company, but it wasn't really shit. But now you're sitting here CEO of this fucking franchise and you're looking back like, fuck that company. That company wasn't shit. Like, you know, it was cool. At the time, I felt like I was doing well then by having a bunch of tags everywhere that, you know, like you said, where are those tags at now? Half these kids today haven't even seen those tags. You see a 101er tag, take a picture of it because that shit goes back to like the early 90s. It doesn't, after like 95, there ain't no more 101er tags, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But it wasn't hard to let it go. To answer the question, nah. I need to start shortening these questions and getting these
No,
tangents.
you're doing great. I love it.
Don't be on these tangents, man. We'll be here 4 hours.
Do you think about stopping writing forever after the cops leave?
Are you talking now or are you talking about when I was 101?
When you were 101er and the
I'm a
cops
stupid
come?
ass kid. I'm not, my mind is, I'm not geared right. I'm gonna tag forever. I'm gonna be like, you're asking me now? Like, yeah, of course, that was the first thing I wanted to do. But in reality, then I didn't. I was too young and dumb to really, you know, I'm smart. When you're a kid, you think you're smarter than shit. So my rationale was, well, I'll change my name and they'll never figure out who I am and shit. Like, so here we are, like, you know, but like, it is what it is. It doesn't take much to figure out the same person.
How long after receiving that warning from police are you considering a comeback?
For graffiti or
Yes.
for... Set the record straight, I didn't get scared. It wasn't like I got raided my house and the next day I was like, I'm never doing graffiti again. Like, I was like already, I think I was still tagging the same name until I figured out, like, it wasn't like I just stopped doing graffiti. I was just like, oh, I better not tag around my house so my mom sees it so she talks shit. I better like not get caught up for this. Like, let me not tag you. Basically what it was too, it wasn't like too like all the LAPD, it was like Northeast Division. It was like around where I lived at the time. They were like, you know, there's a lot of tags. That's where I was living, I was playing. So that's where all the tags were at. It wasn't like, there was this big citywide from Beverly Hills, Torrance. Those cities didn't even know what the fuck I was. I wasn't even a blip on the map. I was still a little kid. It was just, I had so much concentrated area, so much concentrated graffiti in such a small area. It was kind of hard not to notice it in like general area of like Atwater, Echo Park, Silver Lake, San Fernando, Roseland. It was like, it was easy to tag them all because they're all in like fucking like a 5-mile radius, you know? So it wasn't like I was this crazy killer. It seemed like a killer because the areas I was tagging were like highly populated, highly traveled areas, if you understand what I'm saying, you know?